Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Cincinnati Bengals in today's video, more specifically a Shemar Stewart film study. I get it, the Bengals offense was a little bit slow, but their defense was dominant, and honestly, a win is a win on the road against a divisional rival. Cincinnati just needs to get off to a hot start, aka just get wins. And that's exactly what they did against the Cleveland Browns. So I'm not too upset there. I know Joe Burrow and this offense and the run game is going to get it going. One thing I noticed immediately is, first off, Shemar Stewart was one of the best defensive linemen in the National Football League, let alone rookies, in his first ever NFL start. We said this a few weeks ago, or months ago, sorry. Shemar Stewart, I remember when he was a projected top 10 pick. Like, I just remember that. And people look at sacks at any defensive player, and they just kind of base their opinion on how many sacks these guys got in college. And if you watch Shemar Stewart play at A&M, he's a game disruptor, and you see it right away here in this clip. And I do want to just say, what's funny is, over here on our right side of the defensive line, Trey Hendrickson is getting held in, like, so many of these clips I'm about to show you, but 3 quarterback pressures. He was really good against the run. The Bengals were really good against the run here. And you're going up against number 71, Cornelius Lucas, who is like 34 years old. He's like 320 pounds. He's a veteran right tackle here. All right, and this ends up being a 14-yard gain because of a missed tackle. But I just want to show you some stuff here. Shemar Stewart, it looks like almost he's kind of getting beat right out of the gate. Or I should say Cornelius Lucas, the right tackle, is in really good position. Like right here, if we pause right here, he's in really good position to stop him. So what Shemar does is he just gets from speed to power, and he gets a little bit low, and he just breaks this pocket here. And this is what you're looking for, especially from rookies. You see that he just bulldozes him. Now, what some people are saying with Shemar Stewart from preseason and stuff is just how quickly is he going to acclimate to the NFL. If Shemar just, instead of going a little bit outside and just bulldozes Cornelius, this might be a sack. All right, and this is stuff you're going to see very quickly on in the Bengals season. In my opinion, Shemar Stewart, we already saw it in week 1, he's going to be getting quite a bit of sacks this upcoming season, but switches from speed to power here and just gets right on through him, almost tips this ball, which he did do a good job of. We're going to show you a clip a little bit later on. I mean, miraculously, Joe Flacco gets this football past Shemar's hands, but all in all, great start, and we're going to get into it, but hit that like button before we do. Thank you for watching. I made so many videos, more so on like TikTok, and we made a couple of Shemar Stewart videos. We made a bunch of Bengals videos this past summer, but I remember like hyping this dude up in preseason and, in training camp and all that stuff. And keep in mind, he's not quite, maybe he is in game shape. Maybe that's a bad way to phrase it, but like, we know he got off to a late start in the Cincinnati Bengals summer program, so it's just going to get better from here on out. Now, this clip, in my opinion, and I was kind of talking about Trey Hendrickson's holds here. We're not looking over here. We're looking at Shemar Stewart, but if you are keeping an eye out on the right side of the line here, he's getting held a lot of these plays. This one is kind of reminiscent of that last clip I just showed you where he's going to start outside, try and get the speed going, and then he's going to cut inward, and you're going to see just his pure brute strength. Right, once again, Cornelius looks like he's in a pretty, maybe a clip before this, because it looks like he's about to get pushed down. It's crazy to push down a 320-pound lineman, but we push. The fact of the matter is, he's so strong. And I am really we haven't gotten to any run defense yet, but I'm really enamored with his 76.3 run defensive grade, which was first amongst all rookie defensive linemen. He also had a 26.1% pass rush win rate, a 78.2 pass rush grade, which was second, and then the 3 quarterback pressures that were shown you to start this off. But we see him transition once again from speed to power, and he just bulldozes. Now, he does fall down a little bit, but he breaks this pocket up and makes Joe Flacco throw this football away. And you're going to see him get a little bit low. Once you see him get a little bit low, he's getting low, gets that hand up there once again. It really is just a matter of time before Shemar Stewart is starting to get not only quarterback hits, but just sacks in general. I'm playing a savvy vet in Joe Flacco. Somebody who's been around the league, knows what he's doing. Once again, this is a near sack right here for Shemar Stewart. So I just showed you 2 kind of speed to power pass rushes here. Here you're going to see pure power where he just goes right at Cornelius. Now this ball does end up going for 25 yards, but if you apply this pass rush to the first two clips where he just gets right to power, you're looking at some quarterback hits at the very least here. And, you know, like I said, Flacco ends up getting this ball out in enough time. There's not too much pressure anywhere else on this defensive line other than Shemar Stewart. He finds Cedric Tillman right away, and he gets some yak for 25 yards. But we're lining up outside. Green 18, red 7. Just gets right after him, and he's just pushing a 320-pound lineman. All right, I really think him and Trey Hendrickson are one scary duo, and we kind of got a little bit of a taste of this in your football game where you saw a DJ Turner interception, you saw a Jordan Battle interception. This better pass rush where you're also stopping the run, it's going to result in easier time for your secondary, which hopefully paired with this rush is going to translate into some turnovers here because, you know, the missing piece. And this is what I love about Al Golden as well, my Notre Dame defensive coordinator legend, now with Cincy being your DC. He knows what he's doing, and, you know, I loved Coach Lou over in Cincy, but it was time for a change of pace, and I really know they're young. They got a ton of guys on defense on rookie contracts, and if players like Shemar Stewart, Trey Hendrickson are doing their thing, it could be a scary year for this Bengals defense, and it sounds foolish and silly to say out loud, but as we get week to week to week, it's going to start to resonate, and it's going to start to age like a fine wine. We have to throw this one in here, number 97. This is the play that kind of went viral on social media, and I'll let you see it before we get into it. He just throws a starting NFL guard onto the floor. Here's the thing. The guy he's doing this to right here, his name's DeJuan Jones. All right, he's 6'8", and he's 375 pounds. And what does Shemar do? He literally throws him to the ground. I mean, we're talking about power in all of these videos. Everything we've talked about, everything you've read all summer is about Shemar Stewart's power and how strong this dude is. And you literally see him toss like a little kid, you know, playing wrestling on a trampoline at 6'8", 375 pounds right onto the floor. All right, we'll end it here. I yapped way too much in that first clip, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button once again. It makes a huge difference to the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching here. This is against the run, and once again, Dylan Sampson, 12 carries, 29 yards. That's a 2.4 yard per carry. The Cleveland Browns in general ran the ball 24 times for only 49 yards. 24 times for 49 yards. That's a 2 yard per carry average. And I love this. And then, you know, they come in for cleanup, number 92. Phenomenal football game as well. But what we see here before the clip starts is they're kind of doing a zone run. These guys double. Actually, I'll go a little bit further into this. Right, we're doubling right here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now 77's going to break off of this, and he's going to get to the second level, hit that linebacker, and then 78 here and Shemar are in man-to-man coverage. I love Shamar's hand right here below. He's going to knock that away. And then, what is this? Sampson, number 24. No, not Sampson. Is this Jerome Ford? I like to know these things. Oh, 34. We got Jerome Ford, who's just going to run up this gap. Right? He's pushed into this second level. He's winning this rep, and he's just going to find this open hole and rip it. Well, Shemar Stewart says no. And it's going, and then you see, once again, he gets low. He did a really good job in this football game of getting low, comes on in here and breaks up this play, and then 92 comes in here to get this tackle. But one-on-one coverage, that's not going to last long. Actually, it probably is, because Trey Hendrickson's on the other side of the defensive line, and you're going to want to double team him. You only got so many offensive linemen, so these guys are going to be disrupting pockets, disrupting runs the entire season. Goes low, gets a hand on him, and I just don't think it gets better than this. This run defense, seriously, was such a big deal. Everything I saw on social media, and this is our first Bengals video on Wednesday here from Sunday, Everything on social media is about how, Burrow only threw for 113 yards. The Bengals also only averaged 2 yards per carry. Chase Brown ran 21 times for only 43 yards. Joe Flacco only had 14 completions. Everything is about the offense and how bad Cincy looked in offense. Is there anybody really, truly, genuinely worried about the Cincinnati Bengals offense? Because I'm not. It all comes down to defense, and I think this whole team did a phenomenal job on Sunday against this Cleveland Browns team, stopping the run, getting to the quarterback, and causing turnovers. So, folks, that's it for me. If you guys like these film studies, let me know down below. If you want any other Bengal film study, be sure to leave that comment. But that's it from me. Hit that like button, hit that sub button, and give me a Shemar Stewart player grade down below. I'll start it off with an A.